Hey internet, what's up? Austin Smith here with a review of the super knife, I guess. I don't know what this is called. This is a made in China style automatic knife. So yeah, you get the box. The boxes were the same. They have a number technically on the side, but the person who sold this to me at a flea market just said, just gave me a random box, so I don't know if that number is the actual number of this thing or one of the mini knives there. The box is just, it's nothing, it's just a cardboard sleeve. So let's take a look at the thing, which is a bit of an odd shape. I got this more because of the shape. It's not really practical. I've used it for a little bit and just carried it around, and it didn't, it wasn't nice. It was not fun really to have in the pocket. You can see the pocket clip is really not deep carry in the slightest, and it's just it's kind of odd to hold. So you've got this hole here, and I guess you're supposed to hold it more like that, which is just weird. I don't. I mean, you could hold it like that, which would be dumb. You could hold it like that, which just doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense to me. I guess some people might find it comfortable, but to me it just, bleh. So I didn't, haven't used it too terribly much, I must admit. So this isn't a full review, I guess you could say, because I haven't carried it. It just didn't work for me the way it fit together. Also, this ring in here is very sharp. Kind of hurt, kind of digs into your skin. I mean, it's obviously not a great quality knife. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. The button works. The lock works. I don't know if this is the blade in there says 440 stainless. If that focuses, focus 440 stainless. And then on the other side it says China. So obviously the box is made in China. This is made in China. I don't know if you can actually import switchblades from China. So I don't know if this was a sort of parts made in China assembled in the U.S. or like Mexico or something, or oops, we accidentally put switchblades on the in the box that was only supposed to contain not switchblades. I don't know how this exactly got here, but it was just for sale at a flea market, so I don't know. It's the action is nice. I mean, it's satisfying. It's not great. The lock is good. That was one thing I was going to mention. The lock. You can't push the button now. Will not activate. Actually, it works both ways. You can't shut it either if you put the lock forward, just because of the mechanism, which I'll show you in a second. But it's like super satisfying. There's a bit of play in the blade there. I don't know if you want to see if I can hold the blade. There's some play there. There's a little bit of up and down play as well. Just like it's not a super solid lockup. It's obviously the fit and finish wasn't great. Although I mean, I guess it could be like solid, as in there's a big pin right there, and that's what is preventing this from moving forward or backward. There's just a hunk of metal. So the lock on this knife is the blade catches around there, and there's a spring that's obviously wound up. And when you push the button, the lock's on right now, but when you push the button it moves that to the side, and as you can see the lock just kind of prevents the button from being pushed. So you undo the lock and then you push it, and it pushes it just far enough that it opens up, and that's how it locks in this position too, so that there's sort of inherent play in there. It's not great, but the steel's alright. It's not gonna break on you. It's certainly not as dangerous as some other Chinese made automatic knives are out there. Aesthetically it just looks mean, really. It's not a, one wouldn't call it pretty or elegant. It looks kind of vicious in my opinion, which, you know, some people dig. It's alright. I think it's unique, that's why I have it. Not any usable reasons. Like I say, this cuts in and it just doesn't doesn't feel right to me. There's jimping up here that's weird and aggressive, and you'll never get to it. I don't know how you're supposed to grip it. I guess like that, but then this cuts into your finger, and that cuts into your finger, and I have a feeling like if I hit something with this, or was like cutting with this, and I pushed too hard, I could actually cut my hands on this metal. I don't think I could, but it feels like I could. And this isn't particularly comfortable either. Just none of it. It's not. It's got that open design. It just isn't pleasant. Isn't pleasant to hold. Got the clip here. The screws are stripped out there on the clip. The clip is obviously very not not deep carry. Very visible carry. You got that much of the knife sticking out. People can probably tell it's a knife at that point. I guess you can have holes down here for a lanyard or whatever. You got these scales on here. These some screws are stripped, some screws aren't. Very inconsistent. I think there are some screws under here. That clip is good. It does bend out, but it keeps its shape and it keeps it in your pocket, so it works. You got some just random weird holes in there. The blade did come sharp. It came sharp enough to cut paper. And not much else, and not much for very long. It is, I'm not even sure it really is 440, but it says it's 440, and that's an alright steel, whatever. Got these serrations here that barely do anything. I can run my finger across them with no real fear. It could cut. They cut. I mean, it's sharp enough. You can cut yourself with it, but it's not like super sharp. Let me see if I have a piece of paper here. Let's see. Yeah, it's I mean, it cuts it. He says not cutting it. Wow. So I've only cut a little bit of paper with it, and it just dulled. So yeah, you could say that that's out of the box performance, which no, not good. So you would need to sharpen it. But it rips open a package or whatever you want. So, is it a good thing? Or a good knife? Recommended knife? No, I wouldn't. But it's interesting to have. It's just interesting automatic knife. This is technically legal to carry where I live. So it's a fun little thing to play with. You should probably get a brand name automatic knife, especially for the price that I paid for this. You could probably get a much better quality knife. So it's not particularly worth it. It's just interesting, a little kind of fascinating thing. Haven't seen much like it. Anyway, that's about it. Bye.